New Zealand's South Island is the land of, whoa, did that actually just happen? Moments. Between its jaw-dropping fjords, glacial lakes so blue they make Gatorade jealous, and enough hikes to turn your thighs into steel, it's a dream for adventure seekers and insta-glam travelers alike. If you're plotting a road trip across the South Island, consider this your ultimate bucket list. Whether you're living the van life or just bouncing between Airbnbs and backpacker lodges, we've got you covered. From burgers bigger than your head to jumping off cliffs for fun, legally. Let's count down the 10 best things to do on the South Island. And yes, we saved the best for last. Number 10, Ferg Burger, where burgers are a spiritual experience. In Queenstown, adventure isn't limited to bungee jumps. It also comes on a bun. Ferg Burger is the island's most legendary burger joint, with lines out the door, rain or shine. The burgers are massive, juicy, and rumored to be powerful enough to bring world peace. Pair one with golden fries and a thick shake that tastes like melted childhood, and you've got yourself a feast worth the hype. Afterward, stroll or waddle over to Perky's Floating Bar to digest in style with lake views. Number 9, Upper Eglinton Valley, frolicking strongly encouraged. If you've ever watched The Lord of the Rings and thought, wow, I want to run dramatically through one of those meadows, you're in luck. Upper Eglinton Valley is the real-life backdrop that looks like it was sketched by a fantasy illustrator after a double espresso. This long glacial valley greets you as you drive from Wanaka toward Milford Sound, and it does so with the kind of jaw-dropping beauty that demands an unsolicited photo shoot. Towering mountains cradle the valley on both sides, while open meadows stretch out like they're just waiting for you to twirl in slow motion. Lakes like Lake Gunn and Mirror Lake add an extra layer of drama, reflecting the skies and your awestruck face back at you. This is where New Zealand whispers, you ain't seen nothing yet. Frolicking is practically mandatory here. Go on, live your inner hobbit dreams. Number 8, Lake Pukaki, the bluest blue to ever blue. You know those Instagram photos that look so edited they might as well be digital paintings? That's Lake Pukaki in real life. This shockingly blue glacial-fed lake is so vivid it'll make you question your eyesight. Seriously, the water is so vibrant it looks like someone dropped a truckload of turquoise food coloring into it just for the aesthetic. Nestled at the foot of Mount Cook, Lake Pukaki is a photographer's fantasy. Every time you blink, it feels like the view got better. And if you're the type of person who wants to really impress your social media followers, booking a helicopter tour will give you those epic aerial shots that practically scream, yes, I do live my best life, Karen. Just be warned, the weather here is wilder than a toddler on espresso. Wind conditions can change faster than your mood when hangry, so always check ahead before splurging on that heli ride. But when it all aligns, chef's kiss. Number 7, Sealy Tarns, stairs, sweat, and stunning views. Let me introduce you to Sealy Tarns, also known as the Stairmaster from Hell, but worth it. This hike is essentially one giant staircase about 2,000 steps, to be exact, straight up into some of the most magnificent views of Mount Cook you'll ever see. It's a bit of a quad killer, but hey, nothing builds character like contemplating your life choices on step 1,726. The best part, if you're short on time or just not emotionally ready for the epic Muller Hut trek, Sealy Tarns offers a similar jaw-dropping view with only half the pain and half the altitude-induced identity crisis. Once you reach the top, your brain will do a full system reboot just trying to process the alpine glory laid out before you. One word of advice, wear good hiking shoes. I'm talking shoes that won't disintegrate halfway up, leaving you limping down the mountain and questioning your life skills. Bonus points if you bring a hiking buddy who'll pretend they're not judging how often you stop to admire the view. Number 6, Doubtful Sound, the quieter, cooler cousin of Milford. Milford Sound hogs the spotlight, but Doubtful Sound is the moody masterpiece quietly stealing the show. It's harder to reach. You'll need boats, buses, and maybe a small epiphany, but the reward is pure magic. Think towering cliffs, ghostly mist, and waterfalls straight out of a fantasy novel. With fewer crowds and the occasional penguin cameo, it's peace, drama, and beauty all rolled into one epic fjord. Helicopter tour, anyone? Just don't look down unless you're into heart palpitations. Number 5, Peter's Lookout, the scenic drive's mic drop. There are roadside stops, and then there's Peter's Lookout, the Beyonce of roadside pull-offs. As you make your way toward Aoraki Mount Cook National Park, this little viewing area sneaks up on you, and then bam! hits you with a scene so epic it could be a Windows desktop background. Imagine a curvy road snaking perfectly through a painter's palette of turquoise lake on one side and towering snow-draped mountains on the other. It's the kind of spot where you want to unpack a sandwich and have a full-blown existential crisis about how beautiful life can be. If you want photos without the mob of selfie sticks, get there at sunrise when it's just you, the birds, and your thoughts. Or swing by at sunset after the tour buses have disappeared like your motivation on a Monday. Trust us, this place is a total showstopper. Number 4, Roy's Peak, the hike that's all gain, no chill. Roy's Peak doesn't mess around. It's one of the most iconic hikes in New Zealand, and also one of the steepest ways to earn bragging rights. This trail shoots you straight up 4,000 feet in elevation over a 10-kilometer round trip. You'll sweat, you'll question your sanity, but once you hit the summit, you'll understand why people willingly wake up at 3:30 a.m. to do this madness. The view from the top is like looking out from the edge of the world. Below you lies Lake Wanaka, surrounded by dramatic peaks that look suspiciously photoshopped. If you catch sunrise up there, the golden light will make you feel like a Greek god surveying your mountain kingdom. Just remember to bring snacks, a headlamp, and maybe a change of socks, because no one talks about how sweaty hiking socks get until it's too late. Number 3, A.J. Hackett Nevis Bungee, Terror in Technicolor. Queenstown is practically the birthplace of commercial bungee jumping, so it would be rude not to hurl yourself off a platform while screaming like a cartoon character. At Nevis Bungee, you'll get that once-in-a-lifetime experience. And a minor identity crisis. Suspended 134 meters, that's 440 feet, my friend, above a gorge, this jump makes skydiving look like a tea party. You'll be standing in a gondola with a glass floor, listening to pump-up music and wondering how gravity works, moments before launching yourself into the abyss. The drop is long enough for you to scream, rethink your decisions, then scream again. It's pure adrenaline and probably the closest you'll ever come to feeling like a superhero or a malfunctioning paper airplane. If bungee's not your jam, you can also try the Nevis Swing or Catapult, which are only marginally less terrifying. Number 2, Glacier Heli Hiking, Ice Cubes for Giants. Want to feel like an Arctic explorer without the whole frostbite ordeal? Glacier Heli Hiking on Fox or Franz Josef is your icy dream come true. You'll soar over surreal landscapes in a helicopter, then land smack on a glacier like it's your personal runway. With crampons strapped on and an ice axe in hand, you'll explore shimmering caves, deep crevasses, and waterfalls that look like frozen magic. It's part action movie, part alien planet, and 100% unforgettable. No polar bears required. Number 1, Milford Sound Cruise and Kayaks. And now, the grand finale, Milford Sound, the South Island's showstopper. This fjord is so breathtaking it makes everything else in your life feel like a side quest. Hop on a cruise to glide past towering cliffs, thundering waterfalls, and wildlife that looks like it came straight from a BBC nature doc. Then switch to kayak mode for a quiet, up-close encounter with seals, waterfalls, and maybe even a penguin in formal wear. Not into paddling? Book a scenic flight and see it all from above. Just try not to drop your jaw or your phone. And that's a wrap on our today's video. If you enjoyed this wild ride through glaciers, hikes, and lakes bluer than your ex's soul, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you in the next adventure.